Truck Sim. So today we are going to embark on our big, what, 4-state journey, I guess. Is that right? 4 or 5? If that is, yeah, 5, I think. 5-state journey. I could do it in 2 parts actually, because I figured it was a bit too long to go all the way along. I've done journeys like that before. My voice is just killing me by the end of it. So I thought what we might try and do is do these 3 states for this episode, and then like go from there across like next episode or whatever. So in Oregon now, we want to have I want to find a job here that's going to take us from Ontario. Although actually, let's just check. Do I need to sleep first? It's always an important thing to check. On there. I hope you guys are all doing well. There's going to be a new update soon to American Truck Sim where they're bringing in some new trucks, some Volvo trucks. Yes, I do need to sleep. It's lucky I checked that, because that could have been bad. I mean, it wouldn't really have been bad, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the place I can sleep is up here. There we go. Let's go for a sleep. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Remember last time we had that pretty sweet journey. I missed last week just because I've fallen down this rabbit hole called Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a little unknown indie game that came out, but I've just played so much of that it's unreal. Okay, right here. Have we got our lights on? Yeah, we have. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that, so I don't know, I wouldn't say I wasn't in the mood for American Truck Sim, but I was just engrossed in Red Dead a lot. For those who want to know, as of playing this, I just got to chapter 4. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. So I am a lot further ahead than I am in the episodes which go up, and I'm really loving it so far. I'd say without doubt it's my favourite game of the year so far. Don't think anything else coming out is going to beat it. A lot of people have said that God of War was their favourite God of War. Never clicked with me whatsoever. The other things which did click with me a lot, I'd say, would be Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. I really enjoyed that. Thought it was very good. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, again, thought it was very good. I've enjoyed a lot of what I've played of Fallout 76 so far as well. Although none of these games touch Red Dead Redemption in my opinion for what I look for in video games, which is that Red Dead's just got everything in my opinion. The only thing it doesn't have is that it's not on PC. That's the only thing it doesn't have. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind playing it on console whatsoever. I'm not a snob. You know, I've got a PlayStation 4 Pro, so I'm probably like, I don't mean to flex on you guys, that's what it's called, isn't it? But what I'm trying to get my point across is that it's like I'm playing it at a good resolution. The only thing that bugs me about it is the frame rate. So yeah, that sucks. Got a police car here, Oregon State Police. But yeah, otherwise really good. Really good game. Not really going to talk too much about it because I don't want to accidentally spoil it for anyone. But what I thought, a few things I would talk about. One of them being the Diablo Immortal saga that has kind of gone on. If you're unaware of what this is, I don't know why I'm in this view, by the way. There we go. If you're unaware of what kind of went on, we had BlizzCon recently, which, you know, I am not a fan of Blizzard's business practices. I'm a fan of their games. I like their games. I think they have some very shady business practices. Easy, Rosa. Very shady. Not as in like, oh, they do dodgy things, but just as in like, they just rip off merchants, in my opinion. Like loot box galores and just, yeah, they're there to make money and squeeze as much money as they can. From that kind of business side of things, I will say that I think they make very business side of things, shall we say, as is with most studios. BlizzCon in itself, I feel, is a massive rip-off. You have to pay like 30, 40 quid, something like that, just to watch it online, which I find bizarre. And people will say, oh yeah, but you get like loads of free stuff with it. Okay, you get digital items for their games. It's, yeah, okay, but it's a big event. It's like, listen, E3 is a big event. You see them charging digital tickets, do you? It's a joke. It's a rip-off. It's an absolute joke. If it was a fiver or something like that, I could kind of be like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, fair enough. But it's like, honestly, it's like over 30 quid, I'm sure. I'm sure, because I looked it up, and it was just like, what? So firstly, that for me is just disgusting. To do that to your fans, to be like, hey, we're putting on this event to publicise our games. So what we'll do is we'll charge everybody. I think they're green for me. Beep 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 beep. Nope, apparently they were. And we go right up here as well. Can we go right in here? This might have been the wrong way. I think we can sleep over here. Also, my windscreen wipers are on. I can't remember what button I pressed to turn them off, so I'm just going to hope that they turn off when we go to sleep. I'm hoping that we can sleep here. We can't. Okay. I can't get through there. I can't drive over this slum, so we just literally went in the wrong place. Brilliant. Good times. That's alright. That's alright, it's no problem. Yeah, they're going to keep bringing Volvo trucks, by the way, soon, so you bet your bomb dollar I'll be jumping back in when they do that. Right. Of course, more petrol stations. I guess we buy it as well, get some petrol here. It also fascinates me that in America you still have people who like pump gas. Oh, here we go. Why is it so slow? I guess it's not that slow. Cool. Okay, we can sleep here. Yeah. Thank God for that. Stop yawning everywhere. It makes me feel tired when we start yawning. Okay, now let's have a look at what jobs are on the market. Okay, we're in Ontario. Okay, well that is a pretty long one, which does take us through, but it didn't take us through California, so I need something. Ah, there we go, brilliant. So that's going to take us through Nevada, Oregon, Nevada, and into California. Unless there's a... Nah, not that one. Jackpot. I love that name. I really hope they have like a casino there. Okay, no, it looks like the best one was the one we had there. Past time, there we go. No, apparently, what is it? B for the wipers? N. I don't know what N does. Okay. V H K K L. That's lights. P. It was P. Ah dear. Yeah. Anyway, back to Blizzard. They're not getting off the hook this lightly by me. My terrible memory of what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. So first off, they charge for BlizzCon. I think that's pretty disgusting, personally. But hey, that's what they do. Okay. Secondly, they have this kind of like opening and closing ceremony, and I think it was the opening ceremony. They like announced Diablo Immortal. Now, okay. Now, which way are we going? We go. Shit, the map is Okay, yeah, we're going right here, I guess. And then around there, okay. So yeah, they announced Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal, for those of you who don't know, is their new mobile game. And that's really where the trouble started. So they had this kind of trailer, and they go about announcing a mobile game. They partnered with this company called NetEase, I believe, who have made mobile games before, and they're releasing a Diablo mobile game. Now, looking at that from somebody, I guess looking at that from a reasonable point of view, it's not that crazy. A lot of companies are making mobile games. There's an Assassin's Creed mobile game coming out. You've got Elder Scrolls Blades coming out. Like, big AAA publishers are moving into the mobile sector. Whenever you think of mobile gaming, and I think that it does have a bad rep, without a doubt. Don't necessarily think that all mobile games are terrible at all. I will just say that it's got a bad reputation, brought on a lot by itself because of microtransactions and things like that. You know, when big companies have kind of tried to get into the sector, they've just ended up like making terrible games. EA's Dungeon Keeper, I think, was one where it was awful, and there was a recent like Harry Potter one that my girlfriend played, and it was again awful. And there was a Sims one as well, which she also played, and it was awful because you just couldn't do anything. Like, you had to just keep paying to just play a game, and it's ridiculous. Having said that, I've enjoyed like some games. I'm thinking of like Super Mario on there, and you know, you have others as well which are not too bad. You can kind of like do your thing on there, and I'm like, yeah, it's alright, not bad. You can even like play, you know, GTA 3 and stuff like that. I guess they're not true mobile games, but you know what I mean. So I'm not fundamentally against Blizzard making a Diablo game. I'm not against them announcing it. The problem seemed to be that they had teased that there was going to be some Diablo news, although whether or not they actually made it clear it wasn't going to be Diablo 4 is I'm not too sure. I think they kind of said that there was okay, this one. I think they said that there was they had numerous Diablo like projects in the works, you know, because I think people wanted to know what was going on. It's been a while since we've had anything, and that they could expect some like news at BlizzCon about that. And people feel a bit suckered into buying the virtual tickets because I guess they're massive like Diablo 3 fans, and they wanted to see a Diablo 4 announcement, and then they paid 30 quid for their tickets. Again, I feel like a lot of the anger wouldn't be there if they didn't nickel and dime everybody for 35 quid to watch their press conference. But there you go. Secondly, you know, if you say you're going to make a Diablo announcement and it's been X amount of years since Diablo 3 and everyone's begging you for Diablo 4, you should probably make it very clear, listen, Diablo 4 is not going to be here, but we have got something else Diablo related here. I understand them wanting to keep things under wraps from a point of view of you know, a surprise, but when people are paying for something, it's like going to a festival and buying the tickets before you know who's been announced, and you heard a rumour that like your favourite band was going to play, but then it was just like it was like your, you know, 10th favourite band instead, and you'd be like, well, you know, why didn't they just say, like, they would have known they weren't going to show Diablo 4, why didn't they just say that? The answer is because they wouldn't have sold as many tickets then, would they? So I definitely feel that a lot of this falls into Blizzard's court. However, I will say this, the reaction to Diablo Immortal has been nothing short of disgraceful from some people. Whenever you think of mobile gaming, there are still people out there whose job it is to make video games, and I don't think anybody at Blizzard or NetEase is trying to make a bad Diablo game. I think everybody there wants to make the best mobile Diablo game they can, and I think, you know, it's ridiculous. Some of the stuff people are bringing up about it is ridiculous. I mean, there was the guy who went up and literally asked the devs, you know, is this an April Fool's joke? It's like these guys have been working for quite possibly years on this project, you know, because they want to make something they're proud of and, you know, get it out there for people to enjoy. And then, like, this joker just steps up and just, like, it's just rude to them in front of all these people. It just, it doesn't sit well with me when people are just rude. I totally get, you could stand up and say, hey, if you knew you were announcing this, why didn't you just say you weren't announcing Diablo 4? Because we all thought we were going to get Diablo 4. And since that, there's been some stuff saying, oh, maybe they were going to release a trailer for Diablo 4, but they cut it, or maybe that wasn't the case, or whatever. I don't know. But, like, I'm pretty sure they, you know, could have done the whole thing a lot better. But as I said, the problem is that with some people, that's the one, isn't it? This one. The problem then, I think, is that head towards the green arrow. Okay. You know, some people get so offended by things, they get so up on their high horse about stuff, and they lose any sort of moral high ground they ever had because they just end up being rude. I get it a lot of work where, like, someone's unhappy. Like, I work in a cinema. Okay, so say someone's unhappy with the service they got, or the wait times, or just something that's happened they're unhappy with, and like, as a customer, I want to, you know, as a manager, I want to make sure that, you know, you leave the place happy and you're good. And can I turn around here, do you think? Do you think I can get around this way, or do you think I can? Is this one of those double turny ones? Yeah, it is. Okay. We always seem to take on these weird ones, don't we? Sorry, yeah, so, yeah, I always get customers who are obviously unhappy with it. Now, here's a tip for you. If you're someone who's unhappy about something that's happened, don't be rude, because believe me, you'll get a lot less quote-unquote compensation than you would if you aren't rude. I know this, I've worked in customer service for a long time. Whenever something bad happens, you know, to a customer, I'll try and go out of my way to help that customer. The nicer they are about it, the more I help them. The nastier they are, the less I help them, to the point sometimes where I'm purposely going out of my way to not help them because they are just rude. Like, I will literally turn around to them and say, sorry, you're being rude, I'm not going to help you anymore. You know, you'll need to contact our customer services. And then when the customer services contact us and say, hey, we had this customer do this, and I'm like, I'm sorry, they were rude to me, and they'll get nothing. Like, I think sometimes people think that they have to kick up a big fuss about something in order to get more compensation. Like, that culture crept over to the UK from America, I believe. Like, it never used to be that much of a thing. Now the word compensation is always on everyone's, like, you know, list, as it were. I get it for all sorts, sometimes incredibly trivial things, and sometimes for things where people do deserve to get some compensation. The problem is, as I said, if you start being rude about stuff, you lose any of the moral high ground you had, and you end up, like, getting nothing. And I feel like that's what happened at BlizzCon. Like, people kicked up such a over-exaggerated fuss about this that, you know, there was a backlash against the people who were actually complaining. And and I believe they had a right to complain about stuff. I just think they did it in a way which alienated them from, you know, normal people. Like, firstly, it's a video game, and I love video games. You guys know that. It's my primary hobby. It's my only hobby, probably. You know, I have a YouTube channel. I make video games. I love them. There's certain video games I love to death. But at the end of the day, I respect the fact that I don't own any of these video games. I don't work on any of these video games. I have no input into any of these video games. And the people who make them have all the right in the world to do what they want to do when they make it. If Bethesda want to make the next Elder Scrolls game a multiplayer game because Fallout 76 does well, that's completely up to them. I can turn around and say, hey, as a long-term fan, I would prefer to see in a single-player game. But I have no right to demand anything. All I can do is buy something or not buy something. If I dislike the next Elder Scrolls, for what I'm seeing, I don't want to play it, I don't buy it. That's my right as a consumer. I'm not entitled to anything from them, because I choose to buy it. It's not a necessity in life to play video games. It's not food on your table. It's not shelter. It's not clothing. It's not petrol for your car. These are things that you get protected on. Consumer. Where government will come in and set prices on things and stuff like that to protect people. But in video games, it's not a necessity. It is a hobby, and as passionate as I am about video games, I love them to bits, and I think they are the #1 media in the world right now. And when I play something like Red Dead, I just fall in love with it. It's just incredible. But I don't believe that anybody has a right to demand anything. You can turn around and say, hey, I can turn around and say about Hearthstone and say, you know what, I love Hearthstone. I was very happy with playing Hearthstone for a number of years, but then I felt that Blizzard got greedy, and I felt that they started trying to nickel and dime the players by releasing more expansions each year, and cutting back the single player content that was there because they didn't make money on that. And as a result, I stopped playing Hearthstone. So my voice is heard in the in the fact that I'm not spending £100 a year on Hearthstone, expansions and things like that. Maybe even a bit more than that. And in the big scheme of things, you can say, well, that doesn't make a difference. Blizzard makes millions of pounds off Hearthstone each year, and you're absolutely right. But in the same way as in voting, okay, you can turn around and say, well, I don't like this candidate, I'm not going to vote for them, I'm going to vote for this one instead who I like. You have to do that because it feels, it's almost like a democracy. If enough people actually have a principled stand and go, I'm not going to play this game because I don't like the business practices behind it, then businesses do take notice. Look at Battlefield 2. EA tried to nickel and dime everybody once again. Battlefield 2 from the outside, take away the microtransactions, looked like a good game. A bit more of the same as Battlefield 1, but it looked really good. And I don't think people had a problem with the gameplay of the game or the way it looked or anything. It was only about the loot boxes, shall we say. And EA had to dial that right back because people just didn't buy the game. That's what they did, and people saw that as a success because they did dial it back and they did make changes to the game. I don't think many people ever went back to it, but they made those changes, and I never brought, what was it, Shadow of War, the Shadow of Mordor sequel. I think it was Shadow of War anyway, because I didn't like the business practices which Warner Brothers were putting into the game, so I just didn't buy it. You might say, well, that's a really good game, you missed out there. But, as I said, you have to take a principled stand, and sometimes it's going to hurt. Sometimes you're going to miss out on something. But unless everybody takes a stand and has principles against these things, they never get any better. Kind of got a bit off topic anyway, because I was talking about Diablo more. My point is that the only way you can let Blizzard know you're unhappy about this is don't play the game, don't put any money into the game, and then they'll go, oh, there's a problem here, what's the problem? But I get the feeling that all those people complaining about Diablo Immortal are just the people who are going to go out there and play it day one. And that's kind of the problem, people are always so full of fighting words, aren't they? They're always so full of this is disgrace. I remember seeing, there was a really funny post on Reddit, it was quite an old one, and it was back in I think Modern Warfare 3 or something like that, and people were complaining on Steam or something like that about it, and say like they were part of a Steam group, I think it was, to say like we're not going to play this game until they get rid of dedicated servers. And so somebody like logged all the names of the people on there, and then like day one of the release, every single one of those players was playing like Modern Warfare. And it's just like, man, you hypocrites. You know, I don't mind. You could turn around and go, you know what, I don't like this about the game. I don't like this aspect of the game. I can say that about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't like the shop in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't like the time saver and other things in that. It just doesn't sit well with me. It's not enough to put me off buying the game and enjoying it, but it doesn't sit well with me. But I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, I'm boycotting this game. I'm never going to play this game. Oh, it's, you know, I'm never going to play another Assassin's Creed in my life. You know, Ubisoft, I'm done with you. You've had all my money, and walk away. And then, like, literally the day the game comes out, buy it and play it. What sort of a person are you who does that? Like, I guess somebody who hasn't really grown up very much and can't see, you know, past the end of their own nose, I guess. But yeah, so I feel like it's such a strange world we live in nowadays with social media. And I know people bang on about the terrors of social media, but it's just so odd. When I'm 37, so I've lived in an age, or I grew up in an age when social media wasn't there. It wasn't until my, I'd say, early to mid-20s that social media started to blow up a little bit, and I was always very late to it anyway. But I remember the days of Bebo and MySpace, you know, before Facebook came. Then it was all Facebook, and then Twitter sprang up, and whatever else people use, Instagram, Tinder. I don't even know if Tinder counts as social media anymore, but you know, like these kind of things all popped up. I have a Twitter account. I have a Facebook account, but I never use it. Twitter I often go on, but I'm quite selective in who I follow. Because some people are just crazy on there. And that's it. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Obviously I have YouTube. I don't know if you count that as social media. Maybe, I don't know. But you know, people are just odd, you know. I go on Reddit, and I guess maybe Reddit is social media in a way as well. And I read some of the things people put on there, and I'm like, genuinely, like, do people actually feel like this? Or are they, like, it's so difficult nowadays to be able to tell a troll from an actual person, you know? Because everybody has such crazy views, it seems. I don't know why. Like, I don't know when everybody... I guess what it comes down to, actually, I do know, is tribalism. Like, when we were, you know, way back, evolutionary terms, way back when we were still living in caves and things like that, tribalism was a big thing. You know, it's what kept us alive, you know, teaming up with other people. Oh, my knees just hurt. I'm just gonna sit up a bit. Yeah, teaming up with other people, you know, forming tribes, that kind of bond with people, and it was always like, you know, you against the other people, you know, you against the other tribe or whatever. And then over the years, it's always been the same, and we try and try as a species to. By the way, I don't know how I got off BlizzCon from this, but we try as a species to, like, get rid of those boundaries, to turn around and, you know, accept other tribes into our own, you know, and try to make the world a tribe rather than having all these different tribes. But human nature, it just gets in the way. It just gets in the way. All those things we've learned over the years, we haven't managed to evolve out of. As much as we think we're sophisticated, like as much as we think we're better than animals, we're not. We just seem to subvert our base instincts so much more, despite having intelligence. You know, despite having a vast history to learn from, we still do it, and there's still people who tap into that. You know, I look at America, and I don't really know too much about American politics, and I'm not going to start sticking my oar in about who's right and who's wrong. But what I do see is people just losing their mind about stupid things because one tribe did it, whether it was a red or a blue. You know, they did that, so now I have to hate this, or this person supports them, so now I have to boycott this business. And it's just so bizarre. It is bizarre that everybody wants everyone to think the same way. You know, it's like a bizarre thing that people can't let go of. That somebody disagrees with their point of view on something and says, well, I actually think maybe, you know, our country would be better from this, or I think that, you know, our business would be better than this, doing this way, or something like that, and people can't let it go. They just can't. They have to have other people think the same way as them. And I don't know why. Because one of the things that makes human beings incredible is that we do have our own thoughts. That's what is one of the things that should distinguish us from animals, is sentient thought. To be able to form our own thoughts on things, not just run on instinct. And all I see is people, and I'm not saying it's the left or the right, it's both. All I see is people trying to make other people think the same way as them. It's like I'm trying to make them. I don't mean putting across a reasonable argument to convince someone. I mean trying to make them think the same way. You know, for all the different various methods you see, whether it's through fear, whether it's through lies, deception, I just see both sides do it all the time, and you're just like, we were supposed to be better than this as a species, you know. We really were. We were supposed to, you know. I've spoken about things like this before, but like, I just don't get, I can bypass things at station. I don't get things like racism or yeah, any of the isms. You know, because we're all just human beings. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But again, it's tribalism. You know, it's, oh, that tribe there, I have to be against them because I'm in this tribe here. You see it in football. Oh, I'm a Liverpool supporter, so I have to hate Everton, or I have to hate Man United. You don't have to. You don't have to at all. Like, I'm a Crystal Palace supporter. Apparently our arch enemies are Brighton. I feel no animosity towards Brighton whatsoever. It doesn't make me less of a fan. But people have that, it's that little kind of like part of their brain which hasn't evolved, and it's like, you're in this tribe, so it's you with your tribe against that tribe, and it just, I don't know, it just clicks on, I guess, in some people. Like, it's a lot stronger, I guess, in some, or people enjoy that feeling a bit more, because there is that kind of, I guess, your brain will trick you into doing things, you know, release the good chemicals when it does, when you do something it likes, you know, because it has to reward that behaviour because it wants you to do it again. It probably thinks that, like, you know, safety in numbers, safety in your tribe, it's trying to make you survive, and it doesn't realise the modern world's not like that anymore. But we're still approaching it with a caveman mentality. I don't know how I got onto this from talking about Blizzard. I guess just talking about people in general, like the Diablo tribe of, like, well, I love Diablo, like, on PC, so I have to hate Diablo Immortal. You don't. You can play that. You can play it and not like it. That's fine. You know, you can play it and like it. That's fine. Doesn't really affect anything, does it? People being like, oh yeah, but if this does well, then you know, Blizzard are gonna make more. And it's like, yeah, they'll also make more Diablo games because Diablo also sells very well. You know, people who say things like, oh, single player games are dead, and then you see Red Dead Redemption 2 sell £750 million or dollars, I think, worth of sales in its first 3 days, which is more than sales for Avengers Age of Ultron, not Age of Ultron, Infinity War, made in its first 3 days. And you go, people, if it's good, people will play it. Like, has a reputation for making good games, and you make a good game, people will buy it. And I know there is that argument to say, well, maybe a lot of people are also buying it for the online stuff. Is that a paraglider? Oh, yeah, it is, I think. That's crazy. The argument to say people are buying it for the online. Okay. If you're buying it only for the online, you're a bit of an idiot, because the online ain't coming out until the end of the month. So you're just sitting there with this copy that you've paid full price for, when you probably could get a trade-in by then, because some people won't be buying it for the online. Look at this guy over here. See that guy? See, oh, there's loads of them over there. It's like somebody's playing the game Steep, only less snowy. That's a weird one, Steep, isn't it? Like, they're still supporting that Ubisoft. I still see like expansions announced for it and stuff, and I'm like, are people still playing that game? Don't get me wrong, I liked the game when it came out. It had its flaws. I actually quite liked it. I'm not playing it now though. I find it a bit weird they're still releasing these updates for it and stuff, but fair play to them. So I guess I can't criticise it too much, because you want to see companies support their games. Nothing worse than like having a game come out that you really love and then you don't get anything else for it, and you're like, ah, I just want more, you know. But yeah. So I guess to sum up the Diablo Immortal stuff, what I would say is, like, don't be rude. Like, there's no need for it. You don't have to be rude at all in any way. It's not going to make a difference. If anything, it's going to alienate the developers to shut off and not get feedback, because they're just going to feel like, well, people were just rude to us all the time. Why should we sit there, you know, and do that? I'm not saying you have to not criticise anything. Criticism and rudeness are not the same thing. You can absolutely criticise something without being rude. You can constructively criticise it. You don't have to insult anyone. You don't have to throw your toys out the pram for anything. You can just constructively criticise something. And I don't know anybody, like, when people criticise my videos, I don't really have a problem with it. A lot of the time, there's not too much I can do about that criticism, just because of the fact that I'm not a full-time YouTuber or whatever. But I'm okay with it. If people are just outright rude, I literally just mute them on the channel. So they could be writing loads of comments. I'll never see one of them. So I'll just shut myself off from them, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with rude people in what is a hobby, you know, fun. Luckily, I very rarely get that many. I've probably only got a dozen people who have actually had to mute from the channel, and I'm pretty sure none of them are subscribers. In fact, I'm 100% sure none of them are subscribers. But you know, it just shuts people off from listening to you. As I said, when I'm at work, people who are polite, they get a lot more than people who are rude, because you don't have to stand for it. There's no right that people have to be rude about something like that, you know. Even if someone's rude to you, I don't feel like you should be rude back to them. Don't, like, lower yourself. We're gonna have an inspection. Where is the way station? I think it's off here to the left. Interesting. I'm wondering whether or not we should sleep here as well. Way station straight on, he said. But it was over there. But it did say straight on. Okay, well, I'm going to follow the sign. The sign says left here. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, we've got to stop here. Well, we kind of didn't stop, but never mind. If we sleep now, we'll have to sleep again. Well, we won't make 15 hours, but on the other side, I think we're going to have to sleep twice anyway. It's just that long a journey, so. £3,000. I think we'll move on a bit before we start sleeping. Just because I don't fancy turning around there. It looked a bit tight. So does this though, to be fair. Fuck. Whoops. Sorry, buddy. I actually felt that in my bones, that crash. I didn't see anybody coming. I guess if you can do 65 down it though, you can probably go quite fast. Christ. I literally felt that in my bones, that crash, so I apologise for that. Here we go. Back on the desert roads. Blimey. Okay. Yeah, and I'll definitely check out Diablo Immortal when it comes out. I'd be up for it, without a doubt. I probably won't like it. I haven't really found that any mobile games I do like, although I am still waiting on the Elder Scrolls Blades. Like, where the hell is that game? I thought that was coming out this year. But yeah, I don't think it is, sadly. I guess the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about was Fallout 76. I'm going to do like a thoughts video on it, but it's the last beta tonight, so I thought I'll hang on until I played that, and then maybe do the thoughts video after that. It's an odd game. It's a really odd game, and I don't mean odd as in like it does weird things or anything like that. I mean it just feels odd. Imagine playing an Elder Scrolls game like with other people. You'd be like, this is so weird. Like, we've grown up with Fallout being a single player game. You know, sure, it's had changes in the past. It moved from a kind of like almost like a CRPG, I guess, to a first-person RPG, action RPG, I guess. To, you know, up to Fallout 4, which was more of a kind of like action adventure RPG, I guess, than anything resembling the kind of very first Fallout. Although it is worth noting that Bethesda didn't make the first two Fallout games. It was a different company. They just brought the rights to the franchise for Fallout 3. So, you know, I guess Fallout 4 isn't that different to Fallout 3. It just has modernizations, I guess, to it. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but it's definitely a more modern game. I think with Fallout 76, you're seeing another modernization of the game, and it feels odd, but I actually really like it. That sounds weird. I'm a massive fan of the Fallout games, 3, New Vegas, 4. I've played all of them. I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours in all 3 of those games. Fallout 4 is my favourite. I know people will be like, blah blah blah. As a game, as a whole, it is better than New Vegas and 3. Yes, the story in New Vegas for me is better, but no one can argue the gameplay is better. It just isn't, you know. Fallout 4 is for me like one of my favourite games ever. It's just incredible. I've put so many hours in. I love it. And so 76 had me both excited but also full of trepidation about it. They've had a few beta sessions. When I played the first one, I was quite tired when I played it because it didn't start till 11 PM in the evening in the UK, and I'd started work. Well, I'd left work at 6:30, so I got up at 6 AM. So it's like a long day, and I was quite tired. And I played it, and I was like, I'm not sure if I like this game. We'll put it here and sleep, I think. Welcome to Nevada. And I was like, I'm not sure if I like this game or not. I don't know, it takes a while to get into the game. I learn the little differences in the game and what's going on, and I definitely feel, having played the beta, that it doesn't, you don't really get going in the game, I think, until you probably hit like level 12 or 13. I think that was, I think, when things started to click with me, and I was like, okay, yes, I see what this game is doing now. And so I played like 2 hours, I think, of the first beta, as I said, because it was quite late and I was like falling asleep. You can see that video, and I did enjoy it. Like, I can never say I didn't enjoy the game, but I was very much along the lines of like, I'm on the fence a little bit about this, as like to kind of long term, how am I going to enjoy this game sort of thing. And then the second session, yeah, so I played like 2 sessions, I think, on my own, and it started to click a little bit in the second session. Then the third session I actually played with somebody else. Actually played with another YouTuber on here, ASMRplays, and we had a really good time. And I think everything started to click, and I started to see higher level things. And one of my criticisms to begin with was the game was a bit too easy. I didn't really feel like you were in any danger to begin with, but once you start getting up levels, you're like, oh yeah, no, there is a lot of danger. The quests started becoming more interesting. They weren't just tutorialized. Like, the first 10 levels are all tutorial. They really are. Once you start getting past that, you start actually getting some interesting quests with stuff. And that's another weird thing about the game. The fact that there's no NPCs is odd. But it kind of works, though. You know, only in this Fallout game would that ever work, because it's post-apocalyptic, it's supposed to feel lonely and empty. Why the hell am I going 14 miles an hour up this hill? Come on! Yeah, we did it. It's okay. We're burning this engine up here, aren't we? Serves me right for taking such a big load. Come on! Does it help if I press V again? Oh, okay. Probably would help. I'm only going 20 miles an hour, this is not good. It's okay, we're going to go down the hill in a minute. We'll be alright. Here we go. Here we go. Yosh. Oh yeah, feel the speed, baby. Feel the speed. Yeah, so I kind of like jumped in, and yeah, as I played with someone else, I realised like the game is enjoyable on your own, and it's really enjoyable with other people. And I like that about it a lot. I like the fact that I'm quite happy to jump in there and play on my own, and I'm quite happy to jump in there and play with other people. That's good. There are some games out there which are like that. Say Destiny is a prime example, where certain things you just can't do on your own. And I hate that, because I'm like, it forces you to team up with other people. I don't think Fallout forces you to team up with other people. There are certain events, but you can certainly explore the world and do everything in there on your own. Like, for example, I was like level 12, I think. I took on a level 24 creature, and I did it by using my smarts. You know, I dropped some mines, I lured it around, I took it out from distance, and I like that. You know, in other kind of games like this, you know, especially like MMOs, like you walk in somewhere, if someone's like 2 levels above you, you have a real rough time. You know, and someone's 10 levels above you, like this Milo Hunter was, you don't stand a chance. You're dead. There's nothing you can do. But in this, I was like, yeah, you know what? There is something I can do there. That I can employ some skill in this, and I can, you know, manage this situation and use my knowledge of Fallout and do the mechanics of this game to, I don't want to say game it, but just use some strategy to try and take out this creature. And I managed to do it, and I was like, that's really cool. And it dropped me some loot that was too high for my current build, but I was like, well, I'll get reward later. I'll chuck in my stash. But yeah, overall, I like the game a lot. There's another beta, so as I said, I can't wait to jump back in and try it out again. It's getting its teeth into me, and this is at a time when I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you know, and enjoying that, loving that like it's, you know, sipping that down like it's water, you know. Hey, look, That's cool. That's very cool. Um, so yeah, I think it takes something special to lure me away from Red Dead at the minute. Obviously, this is because I kind of said I'd do this. I don't not enjoy this either, but you know, the fact that I've spent probably at least 12 hours, I think, in the Fallout 76 beta, I think is a testament to the fact that that game is good. And there are a lot of haters around that game, and there still are. I've said it before, like, take everything with a pinch of salt. That when you see YouTubers produce videos like saying things like, oh, 10 reasons why Fallout 76 sucks. What bugs me about it is that, like, people turn around and be like, look, you're only posting a video because negative views on things like gets people riled up, and then you get more engagement and you make more money, like some money making thing. And they're like, no, I'm just telling you the truth. It's the reviewers you can't trust because they're all in it. You know, they're all getting backhand deals from like Bethesda and all this kind of like stuff. And the truth of the matter is, you gotta take everything everyone else says with a pinch of salt, not necessarily because they're trying to make money off you, and you know, but because everybody enjoys different aspects of games. If I'm unsure on a game, I'll look at a multitude of different reviews. I'll look at, you know, reviewers I have followed for years, what they think of games. Shit. He's right behind me as well, bastard. Look at it's 70 now though. It's ridiculous. You can let me off that one, officer. Yeah, you look at I look at reviews, I look at some YouTube videos, and I look at the pros and cons, and I weigh everything up, and I'll make my own decision. I won't just turn around and be like, this person hates Fallout 76, so it must be rubbish. Like, doesn't equate to that. Like, IGN gave Fallout 76 a 7 out of 10 or whatever. I don't know. I haven't reviewed it yet, I don't think. So it must be rubbish. It's like this isn't what anything equates to. Going up on the freeway. Here we go. So you have to take everything with a pinch of salt. I think there are definitely a lot of people on YouTube who are monetizing controversial views on things, purposely so. And I think that's a very dangerous path to go down. Like, purposely misleading people, purposely like giving an opinion you don't believe in on something, or maybe you do believe it, but sometimes I seriously doubt that. So purposely giving an opinion on something just to garner views to make money is really like selling your soul kind of stuff, isn't it? That's up there. Like, you can play devil's advocate by all means on things. You can say, well, you know, from this point of view, I can understand why people don't like Fallout 76 because of X, Y, and Z. But if you're out there not giving your own genuine view on something, like, you're not going to survive very long. Like, people see through dishonesty, and it's not going to be something. I always talk about YouTube as being something I look on and feel proud of, and like, I know that if I employed a lot of the dark arts, the clickbaiting, the dodgy stuff people do, I'm sure my channel would grow a lot faster. But I wouldn't be proud of it. I wouldn't be proud of myself. I wouldn't feel that I've acted in a dignified way, and that's more important to me than, you know, all the views and subs in the world, to be completely frank. So people might feel different things. They obviously do. I think some people often go into it with a mindset saying things like, well, I'll just do this to get myself to a certain level, and then I won't do that anymore, and I'll make the content I want to make. Of course, it never happens like that. Like, you can't do that, you know. If you get an audience involved, because they're there for something, they're not going to stick around. If I was like, okay, well, I'll just do ASMR gaming because that'll get all the people like here on my channel, and then I'll actually just change it over to like normal gaming. Well, that's just dishonest. Like, you're purposely misleading people. Admittedly, that's not really a very good strategy, but you get my point anyway. If I was like, well, I'm just going to play Fortnite to get views, but I don't like Fortnite, but I know it gets views, so I'm just going to play it and then get views, but then I'll actually just drop it once I get to a certain number of subscribers, and just play the games I want to play. Well, you could understand why some people would be like, hang on a minute, subbed for Fortnite content. This guy doesn't even play it anymore. It's odd. That's very odd. Yeah, I feel like if you are creating something, you have to be true to yourself. Like, you have to be true to what you want to do. And there's so many people who blatantly aren't. Or I hope they're not anyway. Because if they are, then that's even scarier. But yeah, I was kind of talking about Fallout 76. I guess I just had that train of thought just right over, like usual. But yeah, Fallout 76, I think it's good. I'd actually recommend it. Like, by all means, check it out for yourself. But like, I've enjoyed it a lot. I think it's got potential. Like, one of the things that I think with the game is that it, I look at the Elder Scrolls Online and I see how that changed so much when the first beta came out with that. I don't know if any of you guys played the beta. It was awful. Elder Scrolls Online was pretty bad for like a couple of years. I don't mean like it was unplayable or anything like that, but compared to other MMOs, it was bad. I believe now it's one of the best MMOs out there. They've had to change a lot over the years. They've had some really good expansions which have helped. And they've worked on a lot of stuff, and considering that that's by ZeniMax, who's the parent company of Bethesda, it kind of bodes well that Fallout 76 will have the same kind of thing. Like, I don't think this is something they're thinking like, well, we'll release this for a year and then move on to something else. I think this is like, we'll release this and probably up until a point where we release the next Fallout 76, if there is going to be one. Like, we'll continue to support it, and that's good. As I said before, like, seeing developers support games, like, you can't really complain about it. Might surprise you sometimes with certain games, but I don't think you can criticise it too much if a developer wants to continue to support game. Look at American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim. I wouldn't be playing them now if they didn't continue to update them and add new things to the games. Absolutely, I wouldn't still be playing them, but they are, and I am still playing it, so fair play to them. And sometimes they tweak little things, and often you have to pay for that expansion, admittedly, but it's not outrageously priced usually. It's not like Destiny. That's another game franchise that I feel so sad about, like Hearthstone, that I don't play anymore, because I loved Destiny, and Destiny 2, it just, I really enjoyed playing through the story of Destiny 2. They just didn't do anything different though, did they? It's just the same game as Destiny 1. A few lighting effects extra, a couple of different guns, exactly the same enemies, exactly the same style of game. Nothing new, it's the same game. Activision Blizzard. Yeah. It makes me sad because I believe like there are so many creative people in video games who can do wonderful things. Look at Red Dead. Like, Red Dead has things in there which, probably normal big AAA publishers wouldn't even dare to do. They wouldn't even dare. They'd be like, this is too complicated, we need to dumb it down. This is too complicated, or this is too slow. Like, we need more fast travel points. People won't want to ride their horse through the countryside for 40 minutes to get from one side of the map to the other. We need more fast travel. There is some fast travel, yes, but also people do want to do that because you make it fun, and there's little things along the road which pop up every now and then, or the game is just so beautiful, it's great to look at, or it's so immersive that you feel like you're part of that world. Okay, I'm not going to get past this guy, I don't think. Yeah. Why are you breaking on the bloody hill, you numpty? That church over there, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think we had a good run. Wow, 37 degrees centigrade. Yowzers. Pretty hot. This is like Red Dead country, isn't it? Around here in Nevada. But I feel like if the people at Rockstar, I'm not going to turn around and say like Rockstar is the greatest like at making games out of anyone or whatever, but you kind of feel like they don't compromise. Like they make the game they want to make. The game that releases is the one they want to make, and they know at this stage that they've done that for so long and built up that kind of like trust, I guess, in the consumer that they don't need to nickel and dime it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they'll make a lot of money off the online, as they do with GTA Online. Yes, absolutely. But what I mean is that they'll make a lot of money off the online. People will play the online for a long time, most likely. So they didn't have to delay the game by a year to ensure that it was the best possible game they could have coming out. But they did. And they didn't have to put in so many little tiny details in the game, which are probably missed by a lot of people. But they did, because they didn't compromise on the game, and they made what they wanted to do. And that, I think, is a lesson to a lot of like development studios. Is the believe in the game you're making, and what you're doing. I'm not saying you have to go to the crazy level of details as a Rockstar game, but if you believe in what you're doing, then I think you'll go a long way. If you're making the game that you believe in, that you want to make, you're not compromising, just to save money or to make more money, shall we say, then I think you'll do well. And I personally think that Red Dead is the best video game that's come out this year. I totally understand if people have different opinions. It's great that there isn't just like one game that everybody is like, yeah, this is the best game without a doubt. No other game came close. It's good that there are other games that came close. It would be boring otherwise. I don't think we've seen a game like Red Dead in a long, long time. I don't think we'll see another game like Red Dead for a long, long time. I'm sure all everyone's thinking when they finish Red Dead 2 is like, I really want them to make Red Dead 3. Whatever that is, whether it's a prequel, Dutch's younger days, or something like that, that'd be awesome. With a young Arthur or something like that, I don't know, but I'm getting ahead of myself, I haven't even finished the game yet. But if they do, we won't see it for another 10 years. But my god, imagine what that game would be like. We live in a golden age right now of video games. Every year we just get better and better games coming out. Taking advantage of better and better technology. Video games are better than they've ever been. I'm not saying the business practices are better than they've ever been. They're clearly not, but the games are better than they've ever been. It's undisputable. You can argue to and go, well, I don't like these mechanics in this game or whatever, but no one in their right mind can argue that Fallout 3 is a better game than Fallout 4. It's crazy. It's clearly not a better game. Like, you can turn around and say, well, some aspects of Fallout 3 I prefer to Fallout 4. Yes, absolutely. I totally get you. And maybe if they were made in the same engine or whatever, and they kept their stories, or they kept some mechanics, you'd make this hybrid game which seemed better, but it isn't. You know, it's using very old technology, and clearly Fallout 4 is far superior. Having said that, not saying Fallout 76 is better than Fallout 4 though, because it's not really very different. It is essentially Fallout 4. So, yeah. I don't know how long we've been driving for now. It does kind of feel like forever though. It does feel like forever though. We've still got another 8 hours to go. So this is our second state we're into now, Nevada. We've still got to head into California. Don't speed. Man, these little hills, my truck really doesn't like it. There's no danger of me speeding here, is there? I actually quite like driving through Nevada. I haven't done it in ages. It's pretty cool. It does feel like driving through Red Dead Redemption 1 though, doesn't it, with these textures. I mean, that's the thing about Red Dead 2, is like, I've never had a game as much where, like, the way the world looks, like the lighting and everything, it's just incredible. Like, it is incredible. Like, just everything that goes on in that game is incredible. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Just like sometimes in the morning there's like this fog which comes over, and it's just, I just there and I'm like, how does this look so good? You know, it's kind of similar to what they did, I guess, with GTA 5 on like Xbox 360. Like when that came out, I remember talking to my friend about it. We were just like, I don't understand how they've managed to make this game look so good. Like how they've managed to make such a detailed world on an Xbox 360. And obviously, like the PS4 versions and the PC versions look better, but for the time and the hardware they were using, it was incredible. It was genuinely incredible. And now, you know, it's incredible as well for the hardware they're using, which is, you know, coming towards the end of its lifespan. I mean, yeah, there's not a car going to be coming around over on this hill. Oh shit, there is. Fuck. At least we didn't get the speeding fine, which would have cost us more. So, that's totally my bad. In real life, don't be the person who does that, because you'll literally die. You will literally die. But in video games, maybe you can do a little bit. Just trying to, you know, drift it a little bit around these corners. I love the way these things are kind of like tipping slightly. I can't wait to get my hands on a new Volvo. It's going to be weird driving a Volvo in like American trucks, although it does look in the style of the American trucks with the big nose, you know. So it's not like a European Volvo. Shit the bed. I think I was going to stop there. I didn't imagine I would be this slow across the road, but here we are. Tonopah coming up. Don't know if we've been to Tonopah before, but we're going to go through it now. Classic looking American town. course, it's got a casino. Obviously. Okay. We just wanna. It's actually quite difficult driving like this. There we go. I don't know why I've suddenly switched as third person, but here we are. Got Ray's hamburgers up here. Red light here. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to drive it like that. I guess we could have slept there, but I think I'd rather wait until we're only maybe about 6 hours away, because otherwise we might have to sleep again. I don't think so though. I think 7 hours would be enough. Oh, I think that might be the Volvo truck. I didn't know it was in the game already. Shit, we'll have a look at that when we finish. That definitely looks like the Volvo truck though that we saw. Balls. We'll drive it next episode if it's in here. Damn. Big guide now. I'll definitely buy it just because it's a new truck. Like, even if it's crap. Yeah, I've seen it like 5 times now. Thanks a lot, game, for not letting me know when I logged in. I wouldn't actually say it probably looks better than this one. I really like the way this truck looks, but it's just new, so I feel like I have to buy it, because American Truck Sim does not have very many trucks in it. I guess they just couldn't get licenses for them. So compared to Euro Truck Sim, it's got very, very few truck manufacturers in it. So yeah, you are a little bit limited. So I feel like when they add a new truck to it, which they haven't done since launch, I don't believe, I feel like you have to buy it. It's a given. It's not like I haven't got the money to buy a truck anyway. I mean, I hope it's got some nice walnut inside. Volvo trucks can be a little bit weird inside. It might be different because it's an American Volvo truck, but the European ones have like an odd colour scheme, shall we say. Very much so. I like the interior to this truck as well. It's a good truck. I'm not going to sell this truck, but you know, as I said, it's my duty to check out new trucks. We're kind of poodling along now, aren't we? So next stop to sleep, we'll go and sleep at. That'll mean that we'll probably end up driving at night, but that's okay. We haven't driven at night yet, so at least it'll be something a little bit different, I guess. You keep seeing these Volvo trucks taunting me. I haven't seen them once, I swear. Reduce speed ahead. Red 7, building maintenance, brick sandstone. One of the things that freaked me out, I was playing some Football Manager, and the advertising boardings on the pitch were advertising Fallout 76. I was like, this is so meta. And the thing is, they didn't advertise that before, so they obviously are updating their advertising hoardings. Like, people are buying advertising on their virtual football pitch. It's mind blowing when you think about it. It's crazy. I played a lot of Football Manager last night as well. I really enjoyed it. I played it till like 2 AM from about. To be fair, I only played it from about 11 PM. Look at the tumbleweeds. Okay, apparently they just go straight through you. But that's cool. Yeah, I played it for about 3 hours and thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, it's such an odd game where, like, if you're not into, even if you're into football, you might not be into Football Manager. But if you're into Football Manager, you're really into Football Manager. It's just one of those games that has just, I don't know, it can make you feel terrible you know, for football fans. It's crazy. We're going to be able to overtake this guy. Nah. Nothing to see here, officer. Nothing to see. Everything's fine. Nothing to see. I just really need to stop trying to overtake other trucks, don't I? It kind of caused a bit of a hold up here. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Do you know what? I didn't even look at what it was we were transporting. Don't even have a clue. I don't have a clue what's underneath this blue tarpaulin. It could be bodies. I mean, it literally could be dead bodies. I don't think that's the thing in the game though, so it seems unlikely, but it could be lemons. It's most likely some sort of like building material, isn't it? I'd imagine. I'm not too sure. When you think about it, they should really do Australian truck simulator, because look, they could just literally do this. It would feel like you're in Australia. I think they still drive you cheeky bastard, you're overtaking me. Doing my best here. Look at this guy's slowed down now. Please car. Every time I go to overtake, police cars there. Ah, we got a little place to stop off here. Okay. Okay. We're in BT. Can we park up here? Cool. So it should be night time now, I guess. Wow, it really is night time. Oh, got to turn my engine on to get my lights on. Probably go back into the cab now. Otherwise we won't really be able to see anything. Truck parking. Okay, let's go. I think I might have just hit something there. Are we okay? To be fair, I think that's the first time I've hit something with my trailer, so I'm quite proud of that. Obviously I've had a couple of crashes today. There's casinos around here. Guess you would expect that. Giant hot dog. Looks a little bit odd, but hey, there you go. Active fashion. Chris Meat Market. That diner looks pretty cool actually. Bit weird that they've got like no street lights in this town. I guess apart from that one there. That diner looks really cool there, doesn't it? Actually. Got like one street lamp. Don't speed, there's a police car there. He's obviously already stopped someone for speeding, but there you go. We're leaving BT. Let's go. 5 hours, 3 minutes, 269 miles left. For this pretty epic journey. And next time, as I said, we'll do from here to Arizona, I think, which was the last expansion. I think they did Arizona. I'd love them to do Texas. That would be cool. That would be cool. I feel like they might. I don't know what is next to Nevada. I feel they might go that way. Alaska as well, I've always said I'd love to see. You're running, oh shit, we're running out of fuel. Didn't even realise. We're not going to make 250 miles on that much fuel, so next fuel stop we'll be stopping off at. Hopefully there'll be one along this way. Kinda looks like petrol stations up there, doesn't it? In all honesty, so I think we'll be fine. Also we get to see how much it costs to actually fill up our tank. That should be interesting. Not many bridges this episode though, is there? In fact, no bridges whatsoever. Bit sad. Oh, this is cool. This is just what I needed. Thank you, American Trucks and Gods. Okay. Fill her up. How many gallons are we going to fill her up with? Quite a lot. Just a nearly $600 fuel bill. No biggie. Again, here we go. I quite like the night driving. Obviously, it's not great for seeing scenery and stuff like that, but I enjoy it as a whole. It's cool. I don't know how long this trip was to begin with, but I think it was 19 miles, so that's probably close to 1,000 miles, wasn't it? I can't remember what my longest trip has been. I think it's been longer than this one, but there's been some long ones. Oh boy, there's been some long ones. It's like the equivalent of doing back in the day, if you remember the Gran Turismo races, which were like 80 laps. I used to do the one which was just the oval. It was crazy. It used to be like 3 hours ahead of everyone else when you finished. Those are the days. You used to earn a lot of money off that though. I used to love Gran Turismo. I played the recent one, but it didn't really click with me. Gran Turismo Motorsport, I think. Didn't really click to me. I haven't actually played that much Forza recently as well either. Just I think it there's been so much come out that I mean I do really like Forza, so I want to play more, but there's been so much out that I've just been swamped with games to play. Still playing Assassin's Creed, Red Dead, Football Manager. I've got Thronebreaker as well, which is the Gwent kind of single player game. is actually pretty cool. What I've played so far, so I like that. We are speeding, so maybe we want to slow down a little bit. This is Las Vegas, isn't it? Viva Las Vegas. Viva, viva, viva. Las Vegas downtown, half a mile. Pretty sure it'd be busier than this. There we go. Sit outside so we can see a little bit of Las Vegas. Fuck. Didn't see him. Whoopsie. Oh god, look at him. Hit and run. Whoopsie daisy. My bad. Awkward. Yeah. So we're not too far now. Oh, the Monkey King, yeah. Definitely not the Lion King. Definitely not. Monkey King. Monkey. Ah, it's the Monkey King. Mandela Bay. Is it Mandela Bay or Mandalay Bay? Guess there might be some copyright infringements there. I think there's a garage over there as well. There is a garage over there. That's pretty cool. Should buy a garage in Las Vegas, shouldn't I? That's right, car. Out my way. Not having you overtake me. Ah, Prim. Prim. I didn't think Prim was a real place till I played this game. I thought it was made up in like Fallout, New Vegas. It is a real place. It has a roller coaster. Who would have thought? I thought that said smelly on the hubcaps. Looks like we might get a bit of a dawn before we finish, which should be quite nice. There's Prim. There's the roller coaster, the big wheel. What's up ahead? Roadworks. Okay. There's the overpass bit that they have. That's cool. I like the kind of light beams, searchlights. That's really cool. There's the roller coaster. Turns out it wasn't just in Fallout New Vegas, it was actually real. Look at this guy. We found the way, sucker. Oh, shit. I can't drive like that. I was trying to give you guys a view of like Prim from the background, but I can't drive like that. There we go, we'll stick to this. We'll stick to this view. Gotta slow down a little bit as well. Get a little bit erratic. Because driving for so long, you do tend to get a little bit erratic. Look at me overtaking these guys. We're so going to get done for speeding, aren't we? Yeah, see you later, truck. See you later, sucker. The sunrise is behind us, which must mean that we're heading west. Which makes sense. Oh, now we're flying. I guess we can smash this guy. See, Volvo. God damn it. Oh shit, did I hit him? How many times have I crashed? It's ridiculous. Also like 50 miles an hour over the speed limit, but I really just want to get past this guy before slowing down. There we go. Didn't even know I hit that guy, to be fair. A lot of stuff has been my fault, without a doubt. I think I have lost about 4,000 or 5,000 from crashes and speeding, which I can only blame myself for. But you know, it's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Speeding again. 55 is such an annoying speed. Okay, we don't need to sleep. We do need to slow down though. If there's already a police car there, he's already pulled over somebody else. Volvo. Ha ha ha. Volvo. So when I see that sunrise come up, that's pretty cool. Pretty dangerous. if they'd have like braked up ahead of us, we'd have had a car sandwich. It's quite a cool view actually. Still going. Only 60 miles left. It's not very far. We should be coming into California pretty soon. Oh dear. I'm actually tired now from just playing this. It is quite relaxing, just playing through it. Just pootling along, you know. Whoa. She's like, whoa, whoa. It's not too far now. Not too far at all. We'll have a look for the Volvo truck before we get here. I think I've got full beam on, but I don't know how to turn it off, so... Oh look, there must be a Forza Horizon festival up ahead. That is the universal signal. It's balloons. Kingman, a Flagstaff. Look at these through our sunroof here. Go along. Nice. We actually finally got a bridge. Not a very spectacular one, but we finally might go for a nap after this. It's a long episode. Here we go. It's up here on the left, although it looks like we'll have to come back on ourselves and on this motorway, I guess, freeway, whatever you want to call it. Is that old railway tracks? Okay, so we want to turn off here. Go left up here. So that's all clear. And left again up here. Barstow discovered. California dreaming. Oh shit, we went the wrong way. Fuck. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. Oh shit, I crashed. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we were quite close to finishing that, and I just paused it all up. Now we have to go all the way back along and turn around again, because I'm an idiot. I thought I could get to turning left up here. What a numpty. Sorry everybody. I wasn't concentrating, I'm like falling asleep here. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to add another 253 miles. Yeah, might not do that if that's alright with you. Might just turn around up here. There's got to be somewhere to turn around. Might be legal, but bloody we're going to do it. I think there might not be somewhere. Thinking if I go down this way. 200, that adds another 5 hours on. Yeah, this doesn't seem good. I might be able to cross over it. I know they're barriers, aren't they? Shit. What am I going to do? Add another 5 hours on just because it took the wrong bloody turn. Hell. This can't be right. Shit, the bed. It is right. Oh god. I mean, I can't go turn around, turn left here like illegally, because that's not the way. Just have to see if there's a bit where I can just quickly nip over. That's wide enough and able enough, then we'll do it, but otherwise we're a bit screwed. All these barriers stopping me from doing that. Oh boy, what a numpty. I hate places like that where it's like you make one turning and you're just screwed. How annoying. I didn't even realise. I don't think I can get through that gap, can I? No, that's not even a gap. I'm hoping this might go away, this barrier. We can just nip across, but I don't have that much hope. I don't hold out much hope at all. Fuck. Oh my god, I can't believe it was added so much time on. Just for making one wrong this. I can't cut across. Oh, America. I know it's not really your fault, but fuck. Just stop putting the barriers up. Please. It's not going to stop ever, is it? It's there for a reason, to stop people from just cutting across. Jesus Christ. It's like no turnings anywhere. I thought maybe if I went down here it wouldn't be as a road like this, but it was. So, my bad. Completely my bad on that one. I'm an idiot. What kind of a wrong turning costs you apparently 239 miles? How is that even a thing? I literally can't turn anywhere. This is so frustrating. I don't think it is going to cost me this many miles. I don't think, hopefully. Must be somewhere I can just do a cheeky turn. Has to be. Like, it's not right otherwise. Just has to be somewhere along here. Please, 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 please. There's a way station a mile away. Oh, now it wants me to pull in for a bloody way. For F's sake. Surely I can cut across here at the way station. Stop putting the barriers up. Oh my god, the barriers are just constant, aren't they? I missed the way. Okay, it's there. It's not for miles. Fuck, and that wasn't for miles either. This is the most annoying journey I've ever done in my life. I swear to God. I've got no choice but to just carry on and turn around at that point. There's literally no choice. One wrong turning. I'm just stuck on this motorway for another 2 hours. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just drive back up the wrong way? You can't, trust me. I'll get like fined so much. It's not even funny. Damn. Oh, hang on. Is there a gap here? Or is that just not loaded in? Because if there's a gap here, you know I'm taking it. There's a gap. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a gap. I'm so going to get fined, but I'd rather that than... Turn around, see if they'd had one of them earlier. They're taking that, obviously it's illegal. Lucky I didn't get caught. But, okay, that's better than nothing anyway. Still annoying, still had to drive way too far. But that's better than having to go all that way. Okay. Not too far now. Serves me right for being an idiot, doesn't it, I guess? Serves me right. a drive up here. Hopefully not too far. Down those barriers though, there was just a gap. It's just a little bitty little gap. Would have been alright. Let's probably slow down a bit. The police is right there. I'm amazed I didn't get fined for cutting across there like that. All this because I took one wrong left turn. Imagine. Imagine. Wow. That's the ultimate punishment for that. I've taken wrong turns before. Sometimes I had to go around a block at once or something like that. Never had to do this many extra miles on a wrong turn before. That is shocking, especially when so close to the finish. So we might actually have a late delivery because of this, which would be really annoying because we'd lose money on that. We've already lost a lot of money for me crashing constantly and speeding. What's going on here? Please tell me that turning off is coming up soon. It must be, I think, because there's signs coming up. Something's happened with my truck. It's pretty damaged, to be fair, so... What the fuck? What happened there? I didn't even see that car in front of me, and I didn't also even get a crash thing, so... What the hell? It's been the weirdest journey of my career. I just want to get this home. Please, just get me home. There we go. That's where we need to deliver it to anyway, just up there. So, come on. We're not too far. Not too far. We can do it. I know we can do it. I'm confident we can do it. Okay, so up here, turn around and then carry on and then turn left off. Okay, straight on here, not left, not right, sorry. Straight on. And follow it round. So keep that momentum going. Not too much momentum, Jesus, we're slingshotting out then. Okay, along here a little bit more. Turn off on the right. Stay in this lane. Okay, maybe we'll go off into this lane because it's diverging. Okay. What a trip. What a trip. Okay, and then straight over here. Do not turn left. For the love of God. See, that's why I thought it turned left. You can kind of see there if you're not looking, concentrating properly. Because there is a left up here. Okay, anything coming that way? No, nothing coming that way. Let's go. Seems to be a lot of clippings there. Okay, straight on, then left. Idiot. Coastline mining. Yay. Finally. I'm not parking this thing, by the way. I'm not parking this. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay, we got 45 grand, I guess, in the end. But we did waste a lot of money. Truck dealers. We don't have a Volvo one though, so can we still not get a Volvo one? I don't know. I'll have to have a look online. There was like training dealers, truck dealers, skills, truck manager. Yeah, guess not. Anyway, we'll finish up there. It's been a long episode. Till then, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.